Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Fubara Wike's strike deal. President pledges ease of doing newspaper business. Presidential CNG Initiatives Committee unable to account for palliatives cash. Perform or be fired, Tinubu tells NNPCL board. INEC fixes by-elections into Senate, House and others for February 15th. Catholic Church okays blessing for same-sex couples. And Benin, Niger, Togo owe Nigeria $11.16 million electricity bill. Which story are we starting with?
YK?
The same sex. Did you take it any other? The Catholic Church has said that they're going to they're going to bless same sex. You know,
Couples.
Last year or 2 years ago, the Pope had said no, it's a sin for the church, that they can't okay it. But now he's slowly coming around.
Changed his mind.
He's slowly coming around and saying, we will bless them because the church is for blessing. That's
So he's trying to separate between blessing the couple and
marrying,
marriage.
yeah.
So it's not marriage, but it's blessing.
Ah,
But then I'm waiting to
It
hear...
starts like that.
Marriage will enter.
Exactly. So I'm waiting to hear what the African Catholic community would say about this. Because as we know,
They're quite silent so far. I've not heard anything.
No, but a lot of churches, like in Germany and all that, have been actually
That's
approving
Europe.
it. So in Europe.
black people were waiting for them.
No, black people. Once they can agree for it, they would allow our own to do polygamy. We cannot legalize, because that's the African way. Agree?
Everybody go...
Interesting
you know,
conversation.
yes.
If you're allowing same-sex there, then allow polygamy here.
Yeah, do your
Conversation.
style.
We must talk about it. Okay, let's... Another story.
So the Nigeria Electricity Regulation Commission, NEC, has said that 4 international electricity customers of NESI, that's the Nigerian Electricity Supply Industry, has failed to pay $11.16 million. And that's what they owe in the third quarter of 2023. And so Nigeria supplies electricity to the Republic of Benin, Niger Republic, and Togo. And these companies, they are companies that, you know, we sell to. They are called Paras SBEE, Transco SBEE, both in Benin, and they are Benin Republic owned. Nige LEC of Niger Republic, Odupani CEET of Togo, and they have failed to remit $2.42 million. In total, anyway, it comes to $11.60 million that they haven't remitted, and we can understand why this would be a factor in why we're struggling with, you know, just sorting ourselves out,
you know,
in electricity-wise in our country.
I
that
didn't read
we
the
have
story.
a lot of money just out there that's not being
I didn't read the
remitted.
story, but I heard it on the news, you know, and I'm wondering why, if I'm owing 100K, they will come and disconnect my lights. Why haven't they disconnected their lights?
You know,
Powers that be.
Because the reports include that they didn't disconnect. They could have disconnected.
No, some they
have
don't.
done.
They don't.
Did they say...
They
They
didn't
hardly,
say
we
what
can't
they have
assume
they
they're
hardly
not.
disconnect.
Well, how do you know that? We don't know. We just...
We have people that are there now.
Me, I went
We have
to
family that is there now.
Yes, now they hardly disconnect.
disconnected their
Yeah.
lights, yeah.
It's for the you easily disconnect when
Let
it's for
us
people.
talk like that. Okay, go
They
ahead.
hardly
Take that
disconnect.
story, because-
So the National Assembly yesterday frowned at the inability of the Presidential Steering Committee on the Compressed Natural Gas, the CNG, initiatives to account for the money allocated to it from the 500 billion meant for palliatives. So speaking on behalf of the Senate and House of Representatives Joint Committee on Petroleum Resources, Senator Agom Jarigbe, was the one that alleged that the Presidential Committee was carrying out its activities in secret. He said, "We are aware that on October 1st, 2023, the President made a promise to Nigerians to address the challenges of the common man by introducing palliatives to ameliorate the suffering of Nigerians as a result of the removal of subsidy." And the President also committed to building training workshops, providing CNG conversion kits to advance natural gas revolution of the federal government. And they said they have observed with dismay the non-provision of those palliatives in the 2024 appropriation bill, which has been made available to the Joint Committee. They said the budget of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources is neither here or there. It doesn't represent the policy direction of Mr. President on the gas and usage of compressed natural gas. And, you know, they have been hiding they've been doing their activities in secrecy. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, as well as Oil and Gas, are completely in the dark of what is happening, of all the activities of the Presidential Steering Committee. And so, you know, they're asking the questions now. They need to really understand what's going on, especially with the palliatives that had been signed.
Okay, so NPAN, that's the Proprietors Association of Nigeria, the News Proprietors Association of Nigeria, visited the president yesterday, and where he assured them that of his commitment to continue to support their industry. He said they're going to be reviewing existing regulations hindering local access to newspaper and newsprint, the major raw material in newspaper production. Furthermore, he said that he appreciates their criticism. He said, we have held our feet to the fire and we will continue to respect your opinions, whether we agree with them or not. One thing I must say is that I read every newspaper. I hope he watches every talk show. And he sees all the various opinions by columnists. That he'll definitely, he's working with, trying to take water from a dry well. But definitely he has made some really bold decisions. And he promises very transparent government and accountability for...
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay, the Punch. National Assembly may pass budget Saturday, 541 MDAs end defense. Pope Francis okays blessings for same-sex couples. Lagos government congratulates Punch on NMMA. Fubara Wike reached truce as Tinubu intervenes again. Tinubu to review policies affecting newspaper industry. Editors launch trust fund. Husband kills wife over food in Lagos. 800 billion naira illicit drugs seized. 42,105 offenders nabbed, says Marwa. And 2 killed as fire raises late Alawakala's residence. Okay.
So, a yet to be identified husband allegedly murdered his wife in Alimosho local government. They said that he came home and he wanted, we're not sure what food he wanted, but she gave him his favorite dish, which she gave him noodles.
Ew.
He got annoyed.
Imagine. That's the capital offense.
Yes, sir.
So
Body
how
of
did it,
death.
So
how did he get
now
of death?
hit her on the crown of her head and beat her
To a pulp.
to a pulp, and then left the house in annoyance. He now gets a call. The wife is at home convulsed, you know. They rush to the house. She was there. They rushed her, but on the way, she died.
Oh, my Lord.
Was
Anger.
he drugged or drunk
Nothing.
or
Anger, just
Anger.
anger. They vex.
Anger management, you know. So
Very. He's been arrested?
they said he's been arrested, but they're not sure. The police they say he has been arrested. It's because it was the deceased brother that went to report him.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, really sad.
but they're
How
going
about
to
children?
So rested.
They have
You know, they didn't say whether
Give
she
us
had
all of those
children
details.
or not.
Okay, any other story? in Punch?
NDLEA,
Okay.
the chairman of NDLEA, on Monday, they said he received the chief of defense staff, and while during the visitation, he gave some numbers and figures of, you know, what they've been doing so far. He says that we have about, he says criminal elements rely on drugs to carry out criminalities, and that is why the NDLEA is ferocious in their offensive action against them, so that they can cut access and availability of these illicit drugs. He said that in 3 years, they have arrested 42,105 drug offenders, including 46 barons. They seized 7,500 tons of illicit drugs worth about 800 billion naira.
Whoa.
They said last year, they seized over $300 million worth of illicit drugs, over 1,000 hectares of cannabis farms that were destroyed, so on and so forth. But one of the things I liked, because he was talking with the military head, he was saying one of the things that he would like for them to consider is building rehabilitation centers in military hospitals so that it can help military personnel who may have issues with substance abuse, and that will go a long way. He also thanked the military for their support in training and other logistics. So,
Okay, let's go on a quick break now. We'll come back and continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.